Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, again, the United States, the strongest country in the world, the freest country in the world, the smartest country in the world, as Lavrov calls it at one point, does something stupid. And it again reverts to its, as I said before, cheap shots. But Rubble applauds that. I made this analogy many times, and I will tell you what it's all about after we read at least the headline of this article, starting from Ukrainska Pravda. Russia outraged by US denying visas to Russian journalists. We will not forget, we will not forgive. Or from this one, which it was initially from Associated Press, right here, and it says that Russia will not forgive US denial of journalist visas. So, a lot of people are having right now a group masturbation session in the US, being so happy we did it. Yeah, we showed those Russians. And then now is the analogy. Let's say I'm fighting Mike Tyson, okay, and I'll be knocked out, all right, in about, let's say, 5 seconds. But in those 5 seconds, I just scratch Mike Tyson with my little pinky over his shoulder, okay? All my team behind me, my trainer, yeah, man. Now that's the group masturbation. Everybody's, wow, you did it, man. Wow, what you did, man. You're tough, Emily. You're strong. And then you get that knocked out. You know what I mean? So this is what kind of victories. I'm not saying the knocked out comes to the United States. I'm just saying these are the little victories that these guys are inflicting on Russia, for instance, and they're all happy about it. They're meaningless for a person with brain. For these guys, yeah, man, we did it. Yeah. It's like, let's say you play soccer, you play football, you play whatever you want to play, and let's say the opposite team, let's say, is like 30-0. That's the score. And you score one time, or not even score one time. Let's say you play and then you manage to stick the ball between the guy's legs, and everybody's, yeah, man, woohoo, and everybody's celebrating for the next 5 minutes what achievement you did. But the score is still 30-0, so you're losing big overall. But you kick the ball between the guy's legs and you embarrass one player. And after all, you embarrass the whole 90 minutes or whatever the length of the game would be. At the time would be like, everybody's, yeah, we did it, yeah, chest bump, give me the bush light here, ooh, and go from there. So here you have Lavrov saying, what guys are you doing? But anyway, we are bad. We arrested one guy that was charged with espionage, and you denied the visas to some journalist. Okay, and everybody's, yeah, we showed those Russians, those Rutskis. You understand? If you don't understand, then I don't know, maybe you're in the wrong place here. So let's go back here. You don't have to agree with me, but at least see it, how cheap this is. You don't have to agree, hey, Emily, no, it's cheap, I think. So let's go to the this one right here, Associated Press. So Russia said Sunday that the United States has denied visas to journalists who wanted to cover Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's trip to New York. I'm surprised that he received the visa too. And Lavrov suggested that Moscow would take strong retaliatory measures. Well, when they will do it, when the Russians will do it, then the Americans will all freedom of speech and all this and blah, 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 blah. The guy was charged with espionage. Oh my God, no, he's not guilty. How do you know? Let the justice system to follow its process. Oh, you don't believe in it? Then screw you then. There was no immediate comment from the U.S. State Department about the claim of refused visa. The journalist aimed to cover Lavrov's appearance at the United Nations to mark Russia's chairmanship of the Security Council. And I'm quoting. Now, pay attention to this, and you tell me if this guy is not an intellectual. Yeah, he can be an evil guy, however you want to call this guy. I didn't find any evidence that he is, but anyway, listen to this. And I'm quoting Lavrov. A country that calls itself the strongest, smartest, free and fair country has chickened out and done something stupid by showing what its sworn assurances about protecting freedom of speech and access to information are really worth. End quote. Lavrov said before leaving Moscow on Sunday. And I'm quoting, "Be sure that we will not forget and we will not forgive," end quote. And these guys with Bush Light here will be, not Bush Light, with Bud Light will be all, "Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, what are you gonna do about it, huh? Yeah, I want to stick that in your ass." And I'm quoting again, I emphasize that we will find ways to respond to this so that the Americans will never for a long time not to do this. Will remember for a long time not to do this. Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov said. Well, what would you do about it? I don't know, we'll find out. The dispute comes in the wake of the high tensions with Washington over the arrest last month of Wall Street Journal reporter Ivan Gershkovich, from Russia, whom Russia accused of espionage. The United States has declared him to be wrongfully detained without any, adding, without any investigation yet. So, you know what I mean? Wait. Again, with those guys, do you have any evidence that there's something wrong with them? Put them forth and tell us, okay, that doesn't come. Which one do you want to cover? None of them? Many Western journalists stationed in Moscow left the country after Russia sent troops, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is the end of this. Let's go to the Ukrainska Pravda. Russian journalists were not issued visa to cover Russian foreign minister. All right, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's participation in UN events. Okay, well, what can I do? Quote from Ryabkov, Americans resort to another outrageous, absolutely unacceptable trick during the preparation for Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's participation in events marking Russia's presidency of the UN Security Council, which is coming to an end. A group of Russian journalists who were supposed to accompany Lavrov on his trip were denied visa at the very last moment. The Americans pretended that they were working on that a solution would soon be found. Ryabkov said that this was a taunt, a mockery, and another reflection of the fact that our colleagues in Washington, I don't know why they call them colleagues, it's just should not be trusted and moreover are not worth listening to. And I'm quoting here. I insist that we will find ways to respond to this so that the Americans learn once and for all that this is unacceptable. They will remember this, a Russian Deputy Foreign Minister said. Well, anyway, it's like this. You have, like the Olympics. If I have the power, let's say, I'm going to put it straight, a Russian team in Olympics, Russia is good in many, Olympic, how do you call it? I don't even know. Weightlifting and things like this. They're good in certain areas, and some they're not. So you don't want them to win and beat your guys. So then you find ways to keep them out. You say, well, it's Putin's fault. Okay. No, if Putin's fault, you can find all kind of reasons like this. That means the United States should have been banned in the past 30 years for what they did to Yugoslavia, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, now, you got Libya. I mean, if you want to go deeper, you have to go to Vietnam. They should have been banned. No Olympics for you. And so on. So let's put this BS to the side, okay? Or Russia is the aggressor. You were never? Or who? I mean, come on now. It's what the hell? So they want to eliminate these guys. So they eliminate competition, basically. And after they eliminate competition, it's going to be only them winning certain kind of things that they had, some like hockey or other things that I don't know if the Russians are still good at hockey or not. I know the Soviet Union was good. But anyway, things like this, or I don't know, like other stuff, gymnastics or ice skating, not speed skating, but the other sex on ice kind of thing. Anyway, so that's a weasel way of winning a competition. The same here. Okay, you're not going to let those guys come cover it? It's not even they will counter you or something. I mean, do you think they will not be able to do it? They will be able to do it. Not those guys, but they will have people, attachés here already. They will do it. They will pay other people to do it for them. There will be ways. That's why this is a cheap way. And you brag that you like freedom of this and freedom of that. I mean, you gotta be dumb to see that these things are just preferential when you feel like. And besides, if you're afraid to debate, what does it tell me? What does it tell you? I mean, I'm gonna ban you from debating because, I don't know, you wear the hair in a certain way. Or I don't know, you beat your neighbor yesterday, you can't debate, I'm gonna win here. No, let the guy express his ideas and maybe you're gonna lose. But no, you can't lose because you gotta win. That's the thing. You gotta win so you can't lose. So you stay out. If I can keep you out, I keep you out. That's why the United Nations BS is wrong. That is in New York City. It's wrong. It's the United States of America. But anyway, I know that there are some little things that they all depend on a visa coming from the United States of America. Unfortunately, regarding that, not unfortunately, because you can't let anybody just show up in the United Nations without vetting them or something. Put a limitation to that. But look what's happening here. I think it's a cheap shot, personally. Yeah, you can consider the Russians being bad. You can consider Putin whatever you want to consider him. Lavrov as well. But those are media guys that are going to cover it. Are there spies? Well, that's why I guarantee you those guys, when they show up on JFK and Long Island, or I think it's a Long Island, when they show up over there, they're going to be followed. They're going to be intercepted there. They're going to be checked in their asses and all that. I guarantee you that. So I don't know. That's why it's a cheap shot. It's like those guys are not followed. Yeah, they're right here. They are 100%. And they know it. We all know it. That's why it's cheap shit. But that tells you what kind, the person you are. Show me how you behave, and that's enough for seeing who you are. And it seems like they have no shame. The problem is you have people here who really don't see through this because they don't have, they don't respect themselves. They're saying, wait a minute, this is beneath me. This is really beneath me. Okay, the Russians are bad. Well, if the Russians are bad, do I do something even stupider than that? I mean, if I say, okay, you guy, you touched someone, or you, let's say, sexually harassed someone, and I go and rape someone, and I keep pointing fingers at you that you harassed someone at work, and because you say, well, I like your dress today, you look good in this dress, I like the color, sexual harassment, and this guy's raping, and then say, oh, that's so sexual harassment over there, they're bad dudes over there, he's a bad dude. What? This is something stupid. Anyway, man, it's just, but just so you know how our government, what kind of cheap tricks, as this guy says, and I agree with that, cheap, low level, kindergarten level, but this is what we have, I think, nowadays in the government. Look who's over there. Biden, Kamala, Kirby, what's the other guy's name? Sullivan, you got Christine Jean-Pierre, or whatever her name is. Jesus Christ, now that's the pinnacle of... You got what? Mark Milley, you got Lloyd Austin, all beauties. This is why I don't even know how they passed classes, you know what I mean? But I know how. I've been through their system here, so I know how. Give them a pen and go to class, and whatever. Let's don't get into that. Not all of them, but these ones definitely. I don't know. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.